I don't know about where you guys live, but the sun is doing this really fun thing here in London where it sets at 4 flipping PM. Can I cope with it? No, but that is exactly what books, films and friends are for. And that is the majority of what this vlog is. I went to see a couple of films in the cinema. I saw Bugonia and I saw Frankenstein. And then I also got my little mitts on Dracula because it was the one thing I wanted to read in October. Did I finish reading it? Come find out. I doubled down on the vampire theme by reading Carmilla by Sheridan Fanu as well. So if you want to find out how sapphic that book is, how long lesbian vampires have been a thing, again, stay tuned. I also did an inordinate amount of book shopping this month. I'm getting close to having to put myself in a no buy again because it's starting to get out of hand. But I also went to a couple really cool bookshops that I haven't been to in a while / are new to me. And then finally, I bought this jumper in a really, really cool spot for second-hand shopping in London. So if you want the deets, I'm your girl. And of course, what is an Emma vlog without aesthetic clips that have absolutely no place in the narrative of this vlog and me crashing out over something really minor. This episode, it may have been the fact that I got really overstimulated because it took me an hour and 20 minutes to blow dry my hair. But like, that's so besides the point. And all that said, please do enjoy the video. Ooh. I did bring my camera. It doesn't have an SD card. I am once again with Emily. We are once again at a historic house. And I once again must ask, so where in Middlemarch are you?
Where am I?
In Middlemarch?
Oh no, not.
Just...
yeah.
A couch.
Yeah, same.
Move, move, move.
It's crazy. Like this was the countryside, and now it's just Richmond. Ooh, give it a twirl. She's got a new coat. Oh, I love it. This is the important information, everyone. You can pause this. Pause it. I'm not taking Sims reference photos. I'm so angry I've got my SD card. That's so inconvenient. Look how nice this is. I take a shot every time Emma films a little dog in a painting. But I really think you would get a kick out of it. It's an absolutely stunning. I'm in impolite company, so that's exactly what I am. Just get me going. How many historic houses have we done? Recently, we've done Strawberry Hill House, banger, Horace Walpole, the guy who wrote Castle of Otranto, which I read. That's your legal name, which Emily has read. I have not read. Meant to go do Vita Sackville West's house, who was Virginia Woolf's Louvre in
Knoll Park, but the walk.
Kent. Is it in Kent?
It's near Sevenoaks.
Oh, there's one more.
The modern one.
Eltham House. There we go. That's what we've done just recently in terms of using and abusing her National Trust lifetime membership, which I'm her +1.
It's weird seeing someone analyse it.
No. Oh. Boy.
We're a bit this side heavy, we need to all shift that way a little bit.
So we want to just slightly, there we go. Everyone
That's me saying it.
Smile.
Okay, we're
that was too much.
Okay.
No, that's it.
I think that guys there.
Hello, my little friend. How are you today? He's really cool. I want to give him a pirate name. Oh. Good morning. Goodbye. It's like filming our food. It's just, I don't know how much stuff goes on this table. Don't do that.
Straight.
Stay still. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I don't know where this clip is going to go. Maybe it's going to be archives of my life. I'm sewing, and while I sew, I often watch a significant amount of YouTube. Dan and Phil? Like, I know that this was confirmed, and I know we've known this for a long time. This is so niche to, like, this will apply to like 2 of you, but I have no one to talk to about this. We knew they were in a relationship, but they just sat down and made like a 45-minute long video about the fact that they are indeed in a relationship and have been in a relationship for like 16 years. I was not one of the people who was like, they're definitely together, I know they're together. I was more of a team of like, guys, like you can't just assume people are in a relationship. It's just so unfair on them. I was them, so this is hilarious. I knew that this was confirmed a little while ago, wasn't it? But the fact that they've just, it's so funny. Like, shut up, this is hilarious. Anyway, I'm making a mess. I don't know where this is going. Wherever this goes, I'll show you when it's finished because Jade is coming for a fitting in like an hour, so I need to make haste, Emma. This is so niche. I'm currently watching a like 20-part walkthrough of The Sims 3 Adventure Awaits of somebody doing all of the tombs and the quests because I never finished it when I was a teenager because some of them were really difficult, really, really hard. So I'm like watching a massive series. I can't believe I found it. A couple thousand people watching it, but why am I like aggressively 15 again? Sewing was basically something that I wanted to do when I was a teenager, but I didn't have the resources to teach myself. So sorry. Watching Sims 3 walkthroughs, Dan and Phil sat here sewing and still fucking vlogging. There is one thing you cannot say about me, and you cannot say that I am not consistent. Watched like 2 hours worth of Zoella vlogs, Zoe Sark, the other day as well while I was sewing, so. My childhood persists. No, my girlhood persists, and girlhood is, as we all know, eternal. The only thing that ruins girlhood is men, so if you fend off the men hard enough, your girlhood will persist. But yes, and that's gender neutral, my friends. If you want your girlhood to persist, boys, you also must just fend off the men and just enjoy your hobbies and try and live in peace. But that's it. Okay. What do you mean Dan Phil made a 45-minute long video confirming that? That's like, we knew, but like we like knew recently, and now this is just funny. Okay, this is funny.
Hello there, I'm 60 pages in, like 65 pages in. My brother has read this and he said that he enjoyed the beginning third, wasn't like totally keen on the rest of it. He's read a lot of horror. It's like, I asked his opinion because like, this is niche. And I also saw another Goodreads review written by one of you, I'm assuming, because it was like my friends on Goodreads saying exactly the same thing. So we'll see. I'm enjoying it thus far, especially because it's part travel novel, part like gothic horror, so it's quite spooky. It's spooky. There are bits where it's spooky. I'm actually quite enjoying it. 70 pages in, I have nothing but enjoying it so far. So we'll see if it takes that dip. But right now, it's just very fun because also like he doesn't, Bram Stoker doesn't invent vampires. So let's see.
It's not the cats.
I think.
Bit wet. Spooky, very spooky. Are you enjoying the weather? No. No. Great British weather. It's a bit wet. A little bit wet.
Should've known from the start that.
Are there any more? I don't know. They have so many books though, it's so good. That was mine, I donated it. I am actually in fact going to be purchasing this classic. Just my hand in life. My little squirrel brain is so happy right now.
See those? Look at those French glasses.
The bit that worries me is I didn't even have to ask you, oh Miller, which ones? I know. I cannot. Right, I'm going to try these on. I may be having the best charity shop of my life. Where's Camilla? There she is. That doesn't fit. Having a look if I can find a copy of Brideshead Revisited. I told you a while ago, one of my friends sold my copy, so I'm in the market for a new one. Maybe an old version. So I did end up asking if they had a copy of Brideshead, and they did indeed. The shop actually explained that apparently this edition, I think this is like a 5th edition of Brideshead Revisited, but it was printed to look identical to a 1st edition, which is really, really cool. And also inside, my favourite thing, many of you know, I love annotating my books. And this is also just full of its own little notes and things, and there was a postcard in it with writing on the back, which is just, I love it so much. It's somebody has written in it, Edinburgh, December 1975, and someone else has gone in and crossed it out. And it was from a place called Foster Books in Chiswick on the High Street. Really recommend, they were amazing. It's a very pretty edition, 1947. Really, really quite pleased with this. I'll show you some close-ups. Yeah, 5th edition. So I'm very happy with this. You know, if mine had to get sold accidentally by one of my friends, this is, I think, a worthy replacement because, you know, I don't know if I'm ever going to read this copy, but I get to have it and I need it because because of what I do and just because of who I am, I treat my books as a reference library, all of them, and I very, very rarely get rid of any books unless I think they have just no value whatsoever. Sometimes I keep books absolutely despised so that I can show them to you and maybe explain why. I'm going to keep a useless book. But yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, no, do it.
Take the food.
Wait, yell at David, don't we? We have another food.
Jordan, you're so quick.
We have another
The thing is, the advertised price at the time was, I was 8.
No, Will, don't leave. What about the cake?
For my client, no comment.
This is really flat cake. What has happened to this cake? I know, I tried. It's fine, it's fine. I should hope so. It's a bit flat.
It's deeply personal. Because I'm going to go in a minute. What is it?
Me and a friend are going to see Bugonia, the new Yargos Moss movie, so my brother literally just watched it like 2 hours ago, so I should let you know how it goes. Oh, it's so cute.
In the next 48 hours, the police and the FBI will begin a statewide manhunt. I'm a high-profile female corporate executive. I am crucial. In all humility, I can say that. Think of it like you abducted the governor, but worse.
What? Do you have any thoughts, Lottie?
It's a lot to process.
It is a lot to process.
I really needed to decompress from this one. So did my friend. We debriefed on it. We were like, the fuck did we just watch? This is a film by Yorgos Lanthimos. The friend I went to see this with, she is not really like a film person. So I basically briefed her beforehand being like, look, this guy does strange movies. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it. And that massively applies for Bugonia. The story is that two conspiracy theorists kidnap a CEO thinking that she's an alien. It's actually a remake of a 2003 Korean film, which I didn't know, which I thought was really interesting. In the context of Yorgos Lanthimos movies, fuck. I kind of think this may be him at his best. I haven't seen Killing of a Sacred Deer, but The Lobster I've seen, The Favourite I've seen, Kinds of Kindness I've seen, Poor Things I've seen. Like, this man has done 4 movies in the last 4 years. That's crazy. The Lobster was not my favourite. It was weird, but it was kind of, I felt open-ended and it didn't really go anywhere, and there wasn't like a point to what was going on. And I kind of felt like the same when I watched Kinds of Kindness last year. It's a lot of the same actors from Bugonia, but it's like 3 short stories, and you're just kind of watching it like, what was the point of that? But I now feel that seeing like that in context with Bugonia, it almost feels like that was the warm-up for what he's done now. Like, that's like the theory and stress testing for everything you want to do, and this is a movie in which you pull it off, especially because it's less elaborate in a lot of the like costume design and the setup and all those kinds of things. It feels more raw in the like literal acting sense, story sense, but then also in like it is not for the faint of heart. It is graphic, it is gory, but not in a gratuitous violence sense. Like, it's not Chainsaw Massacre, like it's someone has died and it's just graphic because that's probably what it would look like. It is an unhinged movie and you feel gaslit the entire time, and the acting is just fucking top tier. Emma Stone, amazing. Jesse Plemons, amazing. Especially excited to see him in this after he fucking stole the show in Civil War by Alex Garland. I've gone on about this in my vlogs before. What a fucking performance. And then also Aidan Delbis, who I believe this is like his first feature film, which is very exciting of him. I was stressed the entire film. The only thing that annoyed me was there were sections where they were just like playing loud music way too loud, and it was just like, this makes me feel a bit nauseous, but that's like the only real complaint I have about the film. Solid story, solid character. It was really, really, really good. This will not be a film for all of you. I promise you that. It's a bit fucked and it's quite stressful, but I think it is a very, very good movie. I really didn't know what to expect going in, and I'm glad I didn't, because it was just like, it was just great. It was just nice to see something so performance driven, and she does crazy so fucking well. The fact that she has range, man, like the rom-coms to doing this, unbelievable. Like, how is this the same actor from La La Land, but also like what an opportunity for growth. And like, you can see that sometimes when like actors start working very religiously with one director, you can really see that that's somebody who challenges them. They have stories that challenge them, and it's like this really, exciting opportunity for them to grow and do very new things and just see what they are capable of. And this film is really a testament to that. Go see it if you dare. When I was adding my review to Letterboxd, they had quite a funny pop-up as well, which I enjoyed. Can't say they don't have a sense of humour. And of course, shameless Letterboxd plug, it's at Sarcastic Fish, as is absolutely all my social media. Yeah, great movie.
No, I agree with you. Like, if it's so dark,
I'm still in Halloween mode. It's too early for Christmas. Yes, we're seeing Frankenstein. I'm so excited. It's on Netflix by the time you see it, but I'm excited. We're gonna see it in real life in the cinema, yeah. We're debriefing from the film. Woo! Anyway, we're gonna debrief. See you later. I've had a lot to think about this now. So this is Guillermo del Toro's adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I thought it was mid from Del Toro. Like, he's done stuff like Pan's Labyrinth, Crimson Peak, The Shape of Water. Like, he's a big fan of like the Gothic. So I was excited that he was doing this, but it was just I liked that the structure was very
reflective of the original. You know, you start in the Arctic, and that's fun. Like, it's a really interesting bit about like that time in history. It's so shot and like planned and paced as like a high-end TV drama rather than a movie. There's something really weird about the pacing, dragged hugely in some places. I'm like, okay, in the book it kind of also does. I like that it followed the structure of like switching point of view from Victor Frankenstein to then the creature. So it stars Oscar Isaac as Victor Frankenstein, Jacob Elordi as the creature. We've got Mia Goth and we've got Christopher Waltz. Their performances were all, honestly, yeah, they were all good, and the production I was all good. Mia Goth's wardrobe, the costuming in this movie is particularly good. It's by somebody that Del Toro has collaborated with a couple times. I think her name is Kate Hawley rather. I'll link you an article I found in it below, which was really, really interesting. You know, they used a lot of like very organic shapes that they printed into like the fabrics, into this kind of Victorian brocade thing. And there's one of these dresses which is like arsenic green. It's incredible. It's like a very gothic and over-exaggerated take on 19th century dress, Victorian dress. It was brilliant. Loved it for that. I'm a fan of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, so I didn't really care for how it was done. Especially my biggest issue with this film really is how they basically soft boyed the monster. Like, the creature got the soft boy treatment. First of all, you're casting Jacob Elordi. The main thing I was thinking watching him act, by the way, was just his femurs are so long. Like, he just has really long legs, and like, I know he's tall, I get that he's tall, but you're watching him as a creature and you're just like, the length of your femur. So besides the point, and like, I understand the premise of this adaptation is showing you kind of like, oh, who's the real monster? Is it the creature who just wants to be loved, or is it Victor Frankenstein who's abandoned this thing he's created? He's a bad father. In the novel itself, the creature does go on this like, murderous rampage, and that is interesting because it adds complexity to the character of the creature. Both Victor Frankenstein and the creature's personalities got shafted because of the fact that they're just, one of them is good and misunderstood and just wants dad, and the other one is a twat. Like, okay, great. It really bugged me. Here is a massive spoiler if you don't want a spoiler. Skip. In the scene where Elizabeth dies, in the scene where, you know, Victor Frankenstein shoots the creature, misses and shoots his brother's fiancée, it should have been a case where the creature accidentally kills her. Because he has not been taught how to love, he has not been taught the extent of his power, he doesn't know any of these things, so he should have accidentally killed her. That's much more dramatic. Like, come on, conflict, people, stakes. Then you as a viewer, like, you feel much more conflicted on the creature as a character, and then also, what do? Who do you blame? You don't blame the creature, you blame Victor Frankenstein. The grief is worse, because also that grief then wasn't explored about the fact that Frankenstein shot the woman he's in love with, so it genuinely could have been very good, and I had high expectations for it, and it was just, like, you guys can go watch it on Netflix. I think it's worth streaming, but otherwise, it's kind of disappointing. Also, I hope you like my little trailers I added. I recut those from the original trailers, just for you. Now back to the other dark eponymous creature of this vlog.
Look, I'm not DNFing it, but I'm not DNFing it. I dread so much and heard so much about like the first third being really good and then the rest of it like nothing happening, and I fear I have got to that point. I already knew I'd got to that point, and then I just stopped picking this up because I'd already made the assumption that I was going to get bored. I haven't read anything in like 3 weeks. This has happened to me again, because I'll be so real with you right now. I bought Catabasis when it came out in order to review it, and I've read 4/5 of it. I'm so bored. I can't keep reading this. You want my quick review of Catabasis? This has literally bored me to tears. It's terrible. It's such a downgrade from Babel, which I have read. It's down here. I never spoke to you about it, but I actually have read it. I have read it, as you see. I don't understand how this is written by the same person. I just can't believe how much of a downgrade Catabasis has been from Babel. I still want to do that review because I think it's fair, because I don't want you to waste your time on it. It's not very good. Yeah, so I didn't read that, and then I didn't read. I felt like I just didn't read in September, and I just didn't read for most of October. And so I don't know, I think I need to get better at DNFing books. But like, I'm the kind of person who will finish reading a bad book out of spite, so that I can tell you, like, I finished the whole thing and I really didn't like it. Here's why. There's a pile of books here. Do you know what that book pile is? That's my I'll finish it later pile. It's my secret DNF pile, but I'm not calling it DNF pile. I'm calling it like, I'll finish it later at some magical other day, even though some books have been on there for literally 5 or 6 years, but that's so not the point. Also, half of this stack is non-fiction. I'm gonna pause those books for the moment. I definitely will get back and read it. I'm just gonna pause it for a while. I'm just gonna try and enjoy reading again. Ooh, she's got a book pile. What? I'm a pile for a video? Yes, okay, look. It's not that I'm neglecting you. I love you, I do. I have just been making a couple more TikToks recently. You will see them on my like YouTube Shorts page though, so you will get them too. So I made like a 10 before the end video. It's like a trend where you just say what 10 books you want to finish reading before the end of the year. Now look, you know I'm dyslexic. It's not gonna happen. But this is like the selection I want to pull from. Assassin's Quest, Robin Hood, because I read the other two, last one in the Farseer trilogy. Chonky boy. I think this might be the last thing I try and read this year. I'll probably finish it early Jan. As you know, I bought 1,000 Splendid Suns. I just think I will read this fast. I'm yearning for something that I can just like, I basically want to binge read the next 3 books. The next 3 books I read, I want to binge through them. I really want to get my Goodreads total. I'm sorry, I'm driven by it. I want to read 25 books this year. I'm so close. I've already read like 7,000 pages this year. I've never read as much as I have this year. And it's all thanks to the reading vlog, by the way. You guys have been incredible motivation. You make reading so much more fun. There's also Han Kang's Vegetarian I want to read. Again, short. I read Human Acts over the summer in like 4 days. And there's a new film of this, Claire Keegan, Small Things Like These. I've seen this all over the shop. Also, this is short. Maybe, do I read this one next? Okay, I think the one I actually want to read next is Carmilla. I feel really bad about kind of DNFing Dracula. So I think I want to read this next because it's like 100 pages. And also this text is huge and double spaced. So this, okay, that's what I'm going to read next. Then I bought The Lamb by Lucy Rose a while ago. And again, it's like a gothic folk tale, folklore. And also this is also pretty big text. So in terms of bingeable books, there's this one for sure. Bunny for sure. It's the right kind of weather for reading this. So I kind of, Bunny and the Lamb, I think I could definitely binge through pretty fast. They're both like 300-400 pages. I think it's better to read something that's going to be a bit more fun. Octavius has so disappointed me. So I just want to have something that's like fun and enjoyable again. But then also, I don't want cheap reads. I want something that's a little bit more interesting. So maybe these two will fulfill that. The other ones I have, this is not going to shock any of you. Jane Eyre. This is one I'm 100% going to read this year. I will. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Would you like a dedicated reading vlog of this, by the way? Because I've obviously done that with the Count of Monte Cristo. Really enjoyed it. So I think I will. Okay, I've made the decision for us, but let me know your thoughts. What kind of stuff you would like in that video. I will read Jane Eyre this year. I will. Okay, I'm glad that we agreed on that. Olga Tokarczuk. Every single time I go say her name, I panic. Every single time. Drive Your Plough or The Bones of the Dead. I desperately want to read it, but I just don't know when, especially because I've got John Williams Stoner. Oh, so much to read. I don't know what I want to read. There's too many things and they're all so good. And you guys have seen my bedroom. There's books there, there's books there, there's books there. There's so many books on my desk. There is just so much good stuff to read. And I can't choose. And I'm dyslexic and I'm never gonna, even if I just never bought a book again, I probably wouldn't have enough time to read all the books I own. That's a horrible feeling. So this is kind of, I think I wrote, because this is set like Christmas time and the weeks leading up to Christmas, set in Ireland. There's a film about it out with Cillian Murphy in it. Cillian Murphy. It's about like a dark sort of side of Ireland, isn't it? I'll be real with you, I actually don't know what this book is about. But the assumption I have made is that it's about the church in Ireland. I've linked it in my mind to these stories of women who were like maybe even like 16, 17, have had babies in like convents or whatever, or like within the church, and then these babies like, the church has made these babies like disappear and stuff. So I'm wondering if it's to do with that, because that would be a really interesting story, but we'll find out. But Small Things Like These are the Small Things infants? Who knows? We'll find out. Okay, this is gonna be, I'm gonna read this in December. This, if you wanna, book club. I can guarantee you I'm going to read this in December. This is my guaranteed December read. I think my plan is to read Carmilla. Then what if I start reading Jane Eyre and I don't finish it? Because the last thing I want to read this year is this. Why is it so complicated? And then I don't make any decisions, then I read nothing, and then, you know, I wasted an entire month pretending to read Dracula. I'm so excited to read this. If you like fantasy, but you're just so like, want to roll your eyes into the back of your skull at the thought of romantasy. Don't get me wrong, I like romantasy. I've read enough of it, but you read one series, you've 100% read them all. There is no reason. It's like pick one, enjoy it, don't read every single romantasy series. I just don't think there's a point. It's incredibly tropified and repetitive, and the writing quality is not worth how many pages you're reading. Like, why are these books all 700 pages long? Robin Hobb's series, fantasy series, is so different, and it's also a couple of her books predate Game of Thrones, so I was so happy when I discovered this. I discovered it via Book Talk, of all places, and then I got into it, and then I shared it with you guys, and you guys were like, that's so good! Look, the internet is the book gift that gives on giving and draining my fucking bank account. I do think I'm gonna go buy some books tomorrow. My friend was like, can we go for a walk in Hampstead? And I was like, yes, I need to touch some grass. And one of my favourite bookshops is there. It's the Daunt Books, like down the road from the Heath where the tube overground stop is. Look, maybe I do it this way. Maybe I read Carmilla now and just start, because I can read that fast. Then I read The Vegetarian. Read this in the first thing in December. Then I read this for the rest of December. And then whenever I finish this will be or the last book of the year I read or the first book of the year I read. And I'll probably read it over Christmas. It's very bingeable, so you just kind of want to sit and read. I think that's a good plan. Stoner I read is one of the first things in Jan, or this in Jan. I feel like this I can definitely read in Jan. I feel like maybe this then becomes more of a spring novel if I'm not going to read it in autumn. Oh, so much to read. So much to read. But these are the good problems in life to have, my friends. I'm surrounded by books that I'm desperate to read, and I cannot figure out what I want to start with, so let's use this like an accountability situation. If I don't read Jane Eyre this year, just like roast me, cancel me, do what you have to do, but I will be reading this year. Oh my god, Emma, why do you just not do it? I'll tell you why, I'm terrified of getting stuck in it. Like, I've got stuck in Dracula and I got stuck in Catabasis, okay? I've been brainwashed by TikTok because I've seen so many people rave about Jane Eyre in the way that they'll rave about any other kind of like book talk book. So if you're raving about this and people say it's their favourite book and they reread it and they love it, and somebody left a comment recently on one of my videos here saying like, you're so lucky that you haven't read Jane Eyre yet because I can't believe you're going to go through that experience for the first time. Like, you're so lucky to go through that. I think it deserves a reading vlog. I do. Do you want a stoner reading vlog as well? I think maybe that works because there's this thing that keeps happening on TikTok where every once in a while a classic sort of goes viral within like the book space. Count of Monte Cristo, Stoner, East of Eden. Like, I just find that really, really interesting. Okay, let's get on with this. I'm now going to sit in my bed, this little coffee I made myself, and I'm going to read Carmilla, which is just endlessly funny to me because one of my best mates, her name is Carmilla. So, you know, it's very funny reading about Carmilla. I don't know. I'm just going to underline stuff and send it to her to be like, later today is a friend having a birthday party. So I'm going to get dolled up and go to that. And so, yeah, I'll see you later. Mwah. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. I'm going to go read now. Bye. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to blow dry my hair. Okay, so let me just... Okay, now I feel better. I almost had 2 meltdowns. One because I couldn't find that one TikTok tutorial that I use to figure out how to blow dry my bangs because I despise my bangs. I can't do it. I can't look after them. I hate it. And then another meltdown when I had to pick up my outfit. So yeah, I'm not overstimulated at all. I'm ready to have a really nice evening. Fit check. Outfit. This dress, I'm putting on little kitten heels. Monochrome, chic. Black is very chic. I still think I'm probably too young to wear a lot of black. Was it worth spending an hour and 20 minutes on my hair? Absolutely not. Have I read any of Carmilla yet? I literally read 5 pages and then I got distracted. But you know, look, the ADHD is still here. Ooh, that's all of my notifications going off telling me I need to leave.
Is the idea if you have enough alcohol?
Wait, hold on. I think the relatively good.
I'm absolutely pissed. Now I'm gonna stack it down these stairs.
Actually, 8 people. I feel like everyone got on.
Bright. I had a lovely evening, thanks for asking. Oh no. If you are under 25 in
enjoy it. If you are over 35, it just gets worse, doesn't it? Probably the best advice, hangover-wise, I think I've ever had. This is something my boyfriend, like, forces me to do. This is the only thing that forces me to do, right? Before bed, I have to chug as much water as humanly possible.
She's great. She's great.
Yeah, that's not a good adaptation. I'll tell you. So we're on trainer watch time. Quite like little poof, Emily. Poof. Peacefully exist in the world. I'm sorry, that sounds very, very rubbish. I feel like whenever I go down this way, I get stuck down there. Oh, I'm still recording. If anybody wants a hangover update. I've been worse. My hair looks, it's all going. I told you that I just spilled water on myself. I had to text Emily going, I have not wet myself, I promise. Anyway, look at the leaves. Ugh, what a nice day. Ugh, what a nice friend. Ugh, the leaves are so nice. So nice. Yeah, they're really glossed over that, you're right.
Aim out.
So
Once you've told you.
she's just insane. Yeah. That's a good idea. Emily?
No. I haven't got far in middle mark. I'm really sorry, everyone.
The other thing about Jane Eyre is that I didn't realise it was like it's so nice. Look how yellow these leaves are. There you go. Ooh, shiny. My sunglasses are very wonky. That's it. I mean, the first one, didn't read the second one.
All the good things stripped away, what's there to do?
Look at
So
these
many
leaves.
times I
Do I leave on the audio? We'll find out. Oh, what a nice day. This is so lovely. I'm having a good time. Oh. Whee. Oh, it's a spaniel. It's at risk. Don't tell me he's actually going to do it. Is he going to do it? That tail is waggling. Oh, he's already been in. And now I want to book. We do the same walk every single time, and there's like a bookshop. It's actually one of my favourite bookshops. My favourite bookshop. And by a little treat, I have been thinking about putting myself on a no-buy though. Maybe all of next year.
10 books to read for the rest of the year.
I can't be buying books, but I will.
Brown.
So lovely. I'm going to try not to buy something. Thoughts? Oh, damn it! I bought this in I know this is Man in the Iron Mask. I didn't buy that. That's a sexy cover. I bought this one though, around Three Musketeers. I bought it in Penguin. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? I bought Jonathan Hight, The Anxious Generation, How the Great Rewiring of Childhood is Causing an Epidemic of Mental Illness, because I've seen this advertised a couple of times, so I was quite curious about it, especially because I showed you the contents earlier, and that's what really kind of sold it to me. So what I'm trying to do is I've made a deal with myself. I'm going to read one chapter a week. There are 14 chapters in this. I'll finish this by like March, but I think if I try and commit to just one chapter a week,
that's better than like getting into it, getting bored, and then not wanting to like keep reading this, but then also not wanting to like cheat on my book and read something else, because I struggle with reading multiple things at the same time. And I've read the introductory chapter, and I think Hight writes, he's a social psychologist, he's like a professor of social psychology. I think he writes very clearly. I think he writes very accessibly, and he seems to have quite a story-driven way of explaining things to you. Part of what he's talking about is how Gen Z, so anybody born after 1995, has like really gone through it with social media, and one platform I just don't see nearly discussed enough is everyone always thinks it's Instagram and Facebook that have been the culprits, but I don't know about you if you are my age, I'm 27, I think Tumblr fucked me up. I fundamentally think Tumblr really, really mentally fucked me up. When I was like 14, 15, I was being bullied and it wasn't going very well. So I took refuge in Tumblr, but then what I was just shown increasingly more and more was very harmful content that was this like Alice in Wonderland pipeline stuff, which if you were ever on that space, you will know that Alice in Wonderland was this kind of like code name for any kind of depression, suicide, self-harm, anorexia content. Like bulimia, like eating disorders, like that's really what that was about. Whenever a hashtag of something like pro-ana, meaning pro-anorexia, popped up, these platforms are not stupid, they knew to ban those, so, you know, so the term that got used for it just got, you know, more and more off the beaten path until you didn't really know what it was unless you were in these communities, and that just tanked my mental health. Oh, for so long. I remember so vividly being in denial about it as well. So in denial about it, and I really thought being in those kind of spaces was comforting rather than like enabling or normalizing. So I think this will be a really interesting read, and I don't doubt that I'm going to feel really betrayed by the end of reading this. I don't know about you, if any of you work with children or around children. I think I mentioned this offhand before, that I've been an after-schools nanny to one family, and I still sometimes do like ad hoc work for them. I've worked for a couple of years, which is so lovely. So anything to do with like protecting children like online, from social media and all those kind of things, like I feel like phones, smartphones, I feel so strongly about that, because I just, like, Gen Z just weren't protected. Like, we were not looked after. It's not necessarily our parents' fault. I don't think they fully understood what they were supposed to be protecting us from. But like, good God, why did I have like completely unrestrained internet access so young? It's unbelievable. Oh, you know, when you're like 14, 15 and you think you're so grown and you're so old, but like I'm 27, my brain has only just for the last couple of years finished developing. Like, that's crazy. It's just something I feel very, very strongly about. We've got a couple like family friends who, they're millennials, but their kids are like 10, 11, and quite a few of these people have been having conversations with like me because I know so much about like social media and stuff, and they asked me, my answer was always like, no, don't do it. Do not let them on the internet. And I have horror stories with which to scare them of like, you know, I was in chat rooms using like Keek, if anybody remembers that, when I was like 14, pretending to be 18, talking to somebody who was saying they were 21. Like, I could have so easily got groomed. Like, it blows my mind sometimes that I wasn't. Oh, it's just, I was having a conversation about this with my brother of like, oh, you know, protecting children from like stuff that they shouldn't see on the internet. I asked him like, oh, what do you think's the worst thing that you've seen on the internet? I was fully expecting him to say something to do with pornography, like 2 Girls, 1 Cup. If you remember that. If you don't know what that is, do not Google it. I promise you'd save yourself from that. And my brother just goes, oh, well, I guess when I was 14, I saw a video of someone getting beheaded. Let that sink in. When my brother was 14 years old, he saw a video on the internet of somebody being beheaded. And I asked him, like, what the fuck? And he told me that there would be like video like challenges almost, where people would have a compilation of videos and it would just be disturbing content, but increasingly more disturbing content. So like maybe 10 videos, there's like 10 levels to this challenge. You know, if you only get to level 5, you're a pussy or something like that. Like, oh my God, like I was quite horrified and slammed when he told me that. So all that to say, you just shouldn't let children on the internet. As adults, I don't think we really fully understand the level, like the stuff that kids see on the internet. Interested to read this. I think it will add a lot of like, I have strong feelings on this, as you can see, so I think this will really give me a lot of information to help like understand these arguments more and like bolster them and all that kind of like, you know, good stuff. So yes, my review thus far from is week 1 of trying to read non-fiction again and just doing 1 chapter a week. If you have children or if you work in childcare in any capacity, even if like me you struggle with non-fiction, I think this is one that you might have to bite the bullet for. I'll let you know when I'm done if I think this is mandatory reading, but I'm getting the impression that it might be. And I have a lot of I have so many strong opinions on this. Oh my god, I could really talk about this forever. And I've also just realised, and I'm kind of gonna cry, the cover, that's not a little astronaut in space. These aren't stars, they're emojis. Like, I'm sorry, why does this feel kind of devastating? Oh my god. So I'm going to put that one to the side and on we go to Carmilla, because I only read 2 pages, but that's totally not the point. I'll catch you later when I have some thoughts on this. So I finished this last night. I think I read this in like less than 24 hours. I binged it. It was so, honestly, it was so fun. Carmilla is this story set in like remote Austrian castle somewhere, like in the woods. They get a visitor who stays with them. The protagonist, she's like 18. She suddenly strange things start happening. She suddenly starts feeling weaker and weaker. So this is like presented as like a sapphic vampire novel. I'm gonna give it like 3 out of 10 on the gay. It's really, really not that sapphic. It's a bit more, you know, when you're a teenager and you have that really intense female friendship and it's just, you know, she's a vampire and she wishes to possess this other girl. There's barely words on any page. It is fun. It is like very gothic in almost like a fairy tale kind of sense. You're like, oh, a ruined castle. Oh, a beautiful babbling brook. It's really almost Disney-esque a little bit, which I think is really funny. So you'll fly through this. I thought it was so entertaining and I'm honestly sad it wasn't longer. I kind of put this off because I was worried it was going to be a drag, but really this is just plot, 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 plot. It's just a fun story. Somebody left a comment on one of my videos where I mentioned this and they were like, I can't believe this book gets so much love. It's straight up homophobic. This is barely homo. So I'm not really sure where you get the phobic bit from. Like, this is not homophobic. It's just a little bit of a wild ride. Don't read it because you're like, oh cool, yay, lesbians, it's sapphic. It's not. Read it because it's like a fun vampire plot. That is all I have to say. Okay, so with that said, I'm leaving the vlog here. I'll see you guys hopefully very soon. I've actually already started reading The Vegetarian and I've read a quarter of it thus far, so this is my second hang of the year. I'm like kind of more optimistic about that pile I showed you that's like a whole good 10 books I want to read. Very, very optimistic. I'm gunning for 5. This was officially my 20th book of the year. I've now read double the books that I did last year, which is an amazing achievement for me, and so I'm now secretly trying to get to 25 books for 2025. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Wish me luck and I'll let you know how I get on with this. As always, thank you very, very much for your time. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you very soon. They explained to me after I asked. This is actually. They explained to me after they get. They explained to me after. The shop actually